There we go. What's a string without a bit of ska? I'm making chicken Tetrazini, as well as the cream of chicken soup that is needed for it is going to be made homemade, which will be an interesting experience because I've not done that before. The nice thing with having a shit camera is you can't read where that's from because that would be dunk. It would dunk me if you could. Not that I care. I'm looking over here. Milk, flour, some seasonings. You need a cup, half a cup, quarter of a cup as well. This one a bit better. Need 2.5 cups of chicken broth. Just realized how much actually is needed for this. Hope I have enough both. I need for the 1.5. Hopefully it's enough. Leaves me a bit worried. It's a bit light. Half a cup of milk. We want to bring that to a low boil. The spices is onion powder, garlic powder, parsley, and salt and pepper. I'm not done with the milk yet. Put it away too soon. 3/4 of a cup of flour. Knowing it does not give an amount for this stuff. That is that. Move back on over. Now we should be done with the milk. While we wait for that, how is everyone doing? I hope everyone is doing well. I am happy that it is Friday, which means a weekend. Yippee! My microphone was muted, so that's probably why that was quiet. Not that I was saying much. But hello there. How are you doing today, time and time again? The music might be quiet. I'm not sure how quiet, but oh my god, I know that feeling. Damn. I kind of figured as much. I have to have it at max volume on my end. Oh wait, ooh, can I? I might have discovered a new thing about OBS. Don't worry about the fact that I've only been using it for God knows how many years. I, I can go over 100% volume. Yay! Who the hell just joined? Hi, Fost. This is the cream of chicken soup, yes. The next thing is going to be the actual like, chicken tetrazzini. Unfortunately, I can't. I should avoid getting this sort of thing from the store because it's all yeah, all that stuff is loaded with salt, and someone who has has high blood pressure, eh, they really need to be trying to minimize that. No, I am doing well. Yay! I am indeed on the other side of the pond, unfortunately. There you go, Fox.
Thank you.
I am unfortunately in the US, so things will be done with said that measurement system because I can't be bothered to go and find a metric recipe. Yeah, we do. There actually everything has a label on it.
Yeah. Usually,
Yeah,
most places have that
yeah.
that
It,
state at least the nutritional content.
yep. Ingredients, the amount of everything, the amount of different things
Will
that.
you get fat by eating this?
Yeah, pretty much. How much sugar is in it naturally? How much sugar is added? Same with
Will you get
salt.
fat? Will you get a heart attack?
I looked at a can of chicken noodle soup. There's over 1,000 grams of salt or of sodium in that thing, and I'm like, holy shit!
Yeah, usually with most things, it's usually the salt that's the scary part.
Yep. It's like how it.
Sugar and fat can vary, but salt is usually the one where like this is out of range.
It's like why? First off, why does there need to be this much salt in there? And second off, you're gonna give everybody a heart attack with
No,
that.
not a kilo. Usually, the only time you should eat, like, or at least get a lot of salt, is in the summer because of how much you sweat.
Yeah.
That's the only time where you can say consume over the normal amount you usually do. But that's for a reason, not just oh look at this soup, let me eat 100 grams of salt.
Yep. Like I was even looking at the chicken broth at the store, and the regular version of it, I didn't even look at. But there was one that was like 34% less sodium, and that was 150 grams or milligrams. Keep saying grams. This is all milligrams. 150 milligrams uh,
Yeah.
in like per serving. And so and I'm looking over, and I see one that says unsalted. I'm like, okay. I look, 35 milligrams. Like, Jesus Christ.
No, but that's the same with some of the stuff you have where it says now without added sugar, and it's like you shouldn't add sugar anyway.
Yep.
Like what was it I saw at one point? It's like I think it was canned tomatoes or something. It's like, why is there added sugar in this?
They put sugar in everything here. It is insane.
Oh yeah, most times it says the total amount and then the recommended for a day's worth. How much? What is it? 100 grams and the total amount or something. By consuming this, you have consumed 5 days worth of this.
Yep.
You can also say, in a good or bad way, the human body is made in such a way that it takes what it needs, then the majority of the excess amount of whatever you intake, ex, uh, it will either go out of your pee or whatever.
Yeah.
but it can only do that to a certain limit.
Yep. It's not that we love
I would also
sugar.
say it depends on what kind of sugar, because there's normal sugar and then there's corn sugar or corn syrup in America.
The problem is, or it's not that we love sugar. It's more so that it's forced upon us
Oh yeah, one
because every single company puts it in like I swear to God, like everyone puts it in everything in the store. It's so hard to escape it. So it's the unfortunate thing is, you know, if you want to eat healthy in this country, you do
I
actually
still love
have to
the
make a
fact
lot
that
of shit at home.
being being addicted to sugar is not seen as a bad thing.
No, it isn't, which is a big problem. Yep. Like I go to the store and I get pasta sauce. We have these are we have the regular, which I don't have, but then we also have like lower sodium or no sugar added. I'm like, this is pasta sauce. Why the fuck is you adding sugar to it? The damn whisk just tried to attack me. The thing just like I don't even know what happened.
Wait, what tried to attack you?
The whisk. I had it inside the thing and it just flung
What
itself
tried to
out.
attack you? Whiskey.
Yep.
Revenge.
But what for? That
For
makes
how you
sense.
treated it. You treat me like you treat it like a slave. No, I do not want an ad. App. Fuck off. Yeah, but I would say there's usually a way around, depending on how you cook the stuff, that you can get rid of those kind of things without needing to add like sugar or something.
Yeah.
Usually, like in the case, for example, with onions, if you let it cook long enough, like at a slow heat, then the onions, instead of being bitter, will become sweet.
I believe that the caramelizing them does that or something similar as well. I could be incredibly wrong about that
Yeah,
though.
exactly. And that's the same with Carrots, that's the same with carrots. If you like cook them also, like caramelize them, not necessarily caramelize them, but let them be soft and tender, then they start becoming sweet also.
Yeah.
But I think it was now I can't remember this. There was one food, if you cook it for too long, then it will become very, very bitter.
Shit. Do want to say I love the fact that I'm in the U.S. and hold on, I can get this here.
What is that whipped thing you have?
What? I can get. I can
Pure
get.
Irish butter.
Yep. It's the good stuff.
But is it from Ireland?
It is, yes. It
Imported
is.
Irish butter.
It is very good. I need half a stick
Yeah.
of this.
But then again, I would say depending whatever the butter is salted or not depends on the what you're going to use it for,
Yeah, yeah. I tried to avoid
and
using.
also the fact that Americans love to get the butter in sticks rather than.
Well, it's because they add so much stuff to like this is just butter. This is just butter. But
Add butter, add butter.
yes. However, if I don't have the same brand for others, like the tub of it, but they add oils and whatnot to these. It's like if you want actual like
Yeah,
pure butter, this is the only really your best thing to get. And it says to grease a 9 by 13-inch baking dish. That's close enough. Am I going to measure it? Nope.
yeah. But one of the primary things also, other than that, in the EU and UK, is that usually we don't tend to add unnecessary stuff.
Sugar, sugar,
Like if you take the
sugar,
same
sugar.
item from the EU and then put it next to something from no, no, but no, no, but also then you take like a random item from EU and then the same item from America. Then you see the ingredients list. Then you can just see in the EU it's like A, B, and C finished, while in America it's then you have A, B, C, and then all the additives, and it's like
Yep.
that you start thinking like I didn't become a chemist to make food.
It's actually a profession. Yeah. Oh God. McDonald's is like I've never had McDonald's in another country, but like it's a running joke I have that at least within my family, and I picked it up online. But that whenever we have to have McDonald's, which we only do as an absolute last resort. We can that we when we are eating it, we can feel our arteries clogging up because it is just that bad. Did you see the like the commercial that the McDonald's president did.
Mhm.
It's insane.
No, no, but that's the same as always with the Simpsons. They made a perfect example of it. Like with Krusty, is like he eats a burger and then shows on the camera, "Ooh, I love it. It's very good." And then the moment cut, he spits it out, uh, and it like need a mouthwash and everything's like, yeah.
Like, I don't want to
But
link
then again,
anything,
the way
but
McDonald's like the franchise is a franchise, but the way the things are made or allowed to be made in every country varies. But then again, if a lot of the things how it's made in America came to the EU, it would be chefs would be fired literally. People would be fired, jailed. I don't know.
well, and that's the thing that I always find amazing is the fact that like so much of what is acceptable to eat here, you would be sent to jail for serving, or even like having in your restaurant or grocery store or whatever. Like
Yeah,
you would get a lot heavy fines for it. We can't like American meat products can't be sold in Europe, but European meat products can be sold here, which I think is hilarious.
yeah. What was it? Because you add ammonia and other stuff. Like they know it in America. They know all that stuff is unhealthy, but
Yep.
it's still being allowed to be sold. Like this can kill you. This can kill you. This can do this and that, but it's still allowed to be sold.
Yep. One of many reasons why I hate this country. And trust me, if I had the ability to move out, I would do so in a heartbeat.
Yeah. No, no, but that's the same. What was it? American cheese is
Oh
not
my
cheese
god.
because
That doesn't
yeah.
surprise me.
But what was it again? Some American cheese. It's
Oh,
made
hi,
that you take
Dragon. How
real
are you?
cheese,
It's
you melt it and mix it with a lot of other stuff, and then you get those square pieces of cheese, and then it's like, oh, American cheese. But but legally, it's not allowed to be called cheese.
yep.
And
Oh,
then the same with the bread or the toast bread or whatever it's called, and you can buy in American stores. It's not even bread.
what bread? What kind of bread?
American bread, like toast bread, white bread in general in
Oh,
America that's sold in the stores.
really? That's
That
surprising.
the way it's been processed and breeded or whatever it's called.
I love how this thing said to grease the pan, and like then it says, "Oh yeah, but you don't need that yet. You're still way off from when needing it." How are you, Dragon?
Has it specified what you need to grease it in?
Or with? Yeah, butter.
And also, hello, dragon. Okay, because it's fat, butter, lard, cheese,
I am not. Wait, what? Excuse me.
veg-
What was that last one?
vegetable shortening. You can grease it with a lot of.
I've never heard of greasing a pan with cheese. It's amusing.
You can't like. There's some cheese. No, no, but there's some cheeses that are very either very heavy in fat or oil. You can actually use that as it like. Of course, you need to make sure whatever it is that it also has some stuff in it. But sometimes the most crazy people that exist are cooks because they do uncommon stuff. Well, then again, many times the reason why you grease something before putting it in the oven is so you can actually take the thing out of the pan or form or whatever,
Yeah.
so it's not stuck to it.
In these past few minutes, the cream of chicken soup has started getting or it started solidifying or whatever. But yeah, no,
Soup.
I don't know why it's called a soup. It doesn't.
Solidifying.
Yeah,
The chicken soup is turning into a chicken.
I don't know how else to describe what it was doing.
It's thickening. Water is evaporizing, and whatever that is not water is left behind
True.
to a big, giant, gooey mass.
Now, unfortunately, Mazur is not here, so I cannot torture him by splitting the spaghetti.
You cannot, you cannot give him a brain aneurysm.
Yes, and for the uninitiated, Mazur is a chef, and if Peach is still here, she's Greek, and probably would have the same reaction as Mazur.
The residential cook and the residential Greek person.
Yep.
That could be worse. We could know someone who was Italian.
Or even worse than that, French. But not because like of pasta or anything, just because they're French.
Well, technically,
For for legal reasons, I do not have
technically, we
anything
do
against
know
the
someone
French
who is
people.
French,
It is
but
a joke.
no, no.
I should teach him. It would be so cursed to see him cook. To be, if he does, he needs to let me in VC with him just so I can just yell and scream as he does things. That would be fun. No, I just have like a uh, tripod type thing, and I have a camera, which is a shit quality camera that the cord runs across the kitchen to my computer. How much pre-roll time do I have left? 9 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Picture taken. Oh, it's all the same camera. Just move it. I just have the one camera. I'm just lucky enough to be able to just move it from like over here to over here and not run out of or not have it be too far away. Yeah. And to make this even better, I'm gonna send this in the general channel. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but thank you. I'm breaking the spaghetti. I promise you, this was accidental. I promise this was accidental. I have
What
grown
did
out
you
of those
do?
ways. I snapped the spaghetti, or some of it. It's like two pieces.
How dare Fee? Fee has done a heinous crimes. Unfortunately, I have no idea what kind of
Yes,
punishment is an Italian punishment.
it says that this is supposed to get smooth, but there's like, it's not getting smooth. It wasn't really before, but
Could it be because of the ingredients?
no, the recipe said that it's supposed to be smooth. Hello again, Peach.
Oh, Peach is here.
What? What do you mean? Thank you for following, Peach. I don't have audio for the sound alerts. I have no idea
Yay.
why. I think I may have overloaded the pot here.
Yippee.
I may have overloaded the pot with spaghetti.
How much did you put into it?
Well, I guesstimated about a pound. No, that might be good. There's some bits sticking out, but shit. No, I meant to check to see if this has anything about actually cooking with chicken. I know that I have to cook the chicken.
Oh, Connor, question.
Yeah,
How do you measure pasta? Like, for example, the kind you just used, how do you measure the amount you want to use?
guesstimating.
Oh yeah, what is that whip stuff next to the? I would expect. I would think chicken stock or whatever.
This? Oh shit. It's cream cheese. I meant
Yeah,
to get
that's it.
regular cream cheese. Whatever.
Oh, okay.
Whipped cream cheese, whipped stuff is just the same thing. Just some air
Cream
in it.
cheese, sour cream. Same but different.
There's specific way to do what? What the hell is what? Oh, that is still specific way to do what? Let's track. Ah, the smell of burnt water. Oh, measuring. Yeah, I'd bet that there is.
That's not a sentence that should exist.
What?
Smell of burned water.
I mean, it does have a smell though. Close enough. Yeah, I don't have anything to place anywhere to put this. Damn this small kitchen. Okay. The annoying bit is I don't have anything else I'm going to use that for, and there's a lot more. Oh, it's just overspilling. So I'm not burning the water like on purpose or anything. It's just because it's bubbling, some of it ends up onto the stove itself. Maybe. I don't know what would give you that idea. I don't know. I don't know what would give you that idea. Yeah, Pixel recommended it. Oh shit. Pixel recommended it to me. I had a Wacom before, but it was like this tiny itty bitty thing I got. I think like 10 years ago. I hated it. And I never really used it, and I wanted to do digital art for a while, and so I ended up getting this while it was on sale because of Black Friday.
Oh yeah, Connor, by
Condolences
the
for
way,
what?
congratulations for remembering to have enough pots when you're doing your food, not like last time.
You've
Last time you were
lost
like,
me.
"Oh, I have no pots for the pasta." Damn it.
Oh, oh yeah.
Last, last. Yeah.
As long as we do not tell Mazer about the fact that of the cream cheese incident, we're good. So anything else that I actually need to
The cream.
measure and weight
The what? Mesa's disappointment.
this? See, this is gonna be interesting because there's a different. Cause I've made this one time before using a different recipe that I don't have anymore, and I don't remember using cream cheese. So this is going to be interesting. Also, good news: the water has cooled down enough so it's not boiling over, and then onto the stove where it then burns itself. Oh, this is a delayed reaction to you, Peach, saying uh, get those dogs out. Uh, Unfortunately, I can't because my dog, or my dad's dog, is off to see who we call the Bacon Lady, is our neighbor's mother, who spoils her. Both the neighbor and her
Hail
mother
the bacon
spoil her
lady.
rotten. It's actually funny how spoiled she is over there.
Is that why the is that why the dog is fat?
She's not. Actually, she doesn't really eat enough. Like, and we tried to get her to eat, she just won't.
Does she like bacon and cheese?
Yes, of course. She's a dog.
The cheese tax. The cheese tax.
Yeah, she is. She's also like 12 years old, so it's not surprising.
Old lady.
1 teaspoon is about one. Cream of chicken, cream cheese, garlic. Need 4 cloves. Double check. 4 teaspoons. I myself do not. My dad and stepmom do. I do not like dogs. I They stress me the hell out. I am very much a
Oh,
cat
you like
person.
cats.
Yeah, very very much a cat person. And we've got the garlic, now the sour cream. 1 cup of that. I'm gonna need a spoon. Oh, out of approval time. Okay. I'm gonna pause while I can. Stand up, stretch your legs, stretch your back, get some of the drink, go to the bathroom. I will be back in about 3 minutes after the ads to get rid of the pre rolls. think the ads are done. Should be. Shit, did not want that.
Depending on who you ask, some people say there's nothing that's too much cheese.
I disagree with that. There very much can be too much.
It also depends on what kind of cheese it is.
Okay, where else? I need full cup of sour cream. Yeah, that is true. Shit. Don't mind me, just making a mess. Okay, yeah, I am very much glad I did not get the smaller container of this. After the, it's gonna bug me. Come on, I'm just making this worse. I thought that would be slick of me to do, if you will. Nope, it's just making it worse. Why must this be so hard to clean up?
Because they want it to look fancy and all.
Yeah, probably. Let's
You
see.
can make the most delicious food,
Chicken broth. Okay,
but
now
then you
this
look at it like,
is.
why does it look like that?
Where the hell did I put? Did I put it in the sink? Yes, I did. And this is where it gets dicey.
Dicey. Are you gonna
Not
cut the
sure.
chicken into pieces?
I wasn't gonna go there. I wasn't going to say that. I thought about it. I wasn't gonna though. Yeah, but no, I'm not sure if I have enough chicken broth. Shit, this is so not a big enough
I don't
bowl.
really care. Like, of course, they say you eat with your eyes, but if the food people give me, if the food people gives me is very tasty and there's enough, then I'm more than happy.
This bowl is so not big enough for this. Hold on, I have a bigger bowl.
Oh, no, why do you say that?
Say what?
A bowl and a bowl?
Oh god, that sounded gross.
And of course, it's the metal one.
Yeah, you got a problem with that?
No, actually, though, that type of bowl you have there is very common in kitchens because of
Oh
the
yeah.
utility. It's big and it's easy to use and very easy to clean.
Yep.
And also the fact that it's dirt cheap.
Oh yeah. Fuck you, dragon.
Many people I talk to
Thank
actually
you,
would
but
rather
fuck
have
you.
that instead of a glass bowl because you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. Oh, sorry, my language.
They're hydrated. Okay.
Oh,
Put
well,
the
kind
chicken
of think
broth
about this.
in.
Good thing Alex is not in the chat.
Eh. She does it more, which is probably better for me anyway.
Yeah, but then again, then you would be drowning. Yeah.
Well, that's why I have it on a 2 minute count or cooldown. I think it's 2 minutes.
Oh, you have put a countdown on it
Yeah,
now.
it has a cooldown because I at one point I had someone come in and just like spam it, and I was like, yeah, no. What is it? Uh, Parsley, garlic powder, salt and pepper. This looks absolutely disgusting now because I've had to transfer it into a different bowl. I should have a different. I think I have another thing. Yes, I do. Yeah, and the sound that it made too was just, oh my god. 1 teaspoon of parsley. That thing is like just barely. Is like the thing's just barely too big to fit in my in the spice drawer. We need. I'm gonna use the other one. After that, we need garlic powder and black pepper are half a teaspoon each. Holy crap! I think
What?
time and time again made a Turkish delight a few months ago that started out nasty, including resembling wallpaper paste.
Oh,
Was it good though?
oh no, that's the thing about Turkish delight. At some point, it looks like wallpaper paste, and it's like, oh god, but you have to just continue until it starts
Oh, that's
becoming
good.
solid, and then you just need to form it. And oh, that reminds me, Connor. If you ever bored, I have a thing you can do.
What?
I have a thing you can do if you ever get bored.
What?
Take a balloon and fill it. I don't know the mixture rating, but fill it with water and corn flour.
Oh, ooh, black. Oh my god.
Yeah,
And that stuff is awesome.
yeah,
Non-Newtonian fluids are amazing. Just so fun to mess around with.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't. I don't think I've put it in a balloon before, but I have made oobleck before, many, many, many years ago.
Yeah. Usually, it only serve as an experiment, and
Yeah.
that's about it. After that, everyone is like, "Yeah." I still remember when I was in preschool, I literally had a balloon or a rubber ball or something with a non-Newtonian fluid inside it because I couldn't sit still, and my teacher was getting on her nerves. So they gave me a ball with that inside so I could be distracted.
So we're gonna put that aside for now. Can't put it there. Okay. Where is the? Don't mind me. I'm just throwing utensils around, including sharp knives. It's very safe. For legal
Good
reasons,
thing
do
you
not
alone in
do
the
that.
house.
For legal reasons, do not do that. I
Unless
could
you
not
are
be
at
held
a facility
responsible.
where you're supposed to throw the knife.
Yes. I could not be held responsible for any injuries you incurred doing stupid things. I won't discourage you from doing stupid things because they're fun, but I could not be held liable for anything that any injury or anything.
I've never tried it before, but I love the fact that there's facilities where the purpose is that you throw axes.
Oh God, that reminds me of Jesus Christ. Remember the Tide Pod challenge and that stupidity? People actually did it
Oh
too, which
fuck!
is the thing that is just like, how are people this dumb?
Because that's the same. Or like even after seeing hundreds of videos, they still do it.
Yep.
That kind of take a tablespoon of cinnamon and try to eat it.
Oh, that reminds me.
Connor,
Yeah.
try take a tablespoon of cinnamon and eat it.
No, thank you.
That is why my favorite sentence will always be never underestimate the stupidity of humanity.
Yep. Where the hell did I send it? Did I not? Okay. Um, how do I want to do this? Oh, I already have a thing. Yay. Here. I don't think you can hear any audio I'm playing through OBS. So I'm just gonna. There Fast, you're Danish. Explain your after the video plays through.
Yes.
Explain. Uh,
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit, you don't. Hold on. Yeah.
Oh no, no, no! If they were good at, if they really wanted to, they would cover you in olive oil instead, because then the cinnamon will stick to your body. And worst case, they will fill a fire extinguisher with cinnamon, and then yeah,
Hold on.
you can imagine the
I
rest.
can't hear anything from it.
Uh,
Advanced desktop. Okay. There we
If
go.
you've ever walked past a mess like this in Denmark and wondered, what the is that? Then I'm here to let you know that this is the remains of a completely normal 25th birthday party, and this brown stuff is cinnamon. Lots of it. But why would be the normal thing to ask? Well, of course, because if you're not married by the age of 25 in Denmark, which is already an impossible standard, your friends and or family will tie you to the nearest pole, pour water all over you, and then cover you in cinnamon. Some get kinda creative with it. This tradition sprouts from another older birthday tradition that happens when you turn 30. You see, if you're not married by 30, we do the exact same thing, but with pepper. How much you get depends heavily on the morals of your friends. You can get a dash of pepper, or you can get wrecked. Again, why? Well, of course, because an old Danish word for an unmarried 30-year-old is called a pebersvend or pebermø, which directly translates to pepper bachelor or pepper maiden. And the cinnamon tradition works the exact same way. It even adopted the words for an unmarried 25-year-old as a kanelsvend or kanelmø, which you guessed it translates to cinnamon bachelor or cinnamon maiden. The cinnamon tradition is believed to have started because a friend group once didn't want to wait for their 30th birthdays to spice each other up. And of course, cinnamon just seemed like an appropriate understudy for pepper. And what the Danes got from that today really speaks for itself. And before ending this, I need to let everybody know that dry spices like this are extremely flammable, so if you ever want to participate in something similar, please be adult. Do not use any type of fireworks near it. Of course, don't do it near open flame. Yes, that includes smoking. And remember to cover your friend's eyes, nose, and mouth if you want to stay friends afterwards. That's it.
Yeah. And
no, no, no! If you want to have fun, then you cover them in oil, olive oil, or cooking oil, whatever, and then you have a fire extinguisher filled up with cinnamon instead of powder extinguisher.
I'm sorry. The fuck? How do you even do that?
Yes, there are some people who do that.
Did that happen to
Easy.
you by
You
any chance?
get an empty extinguisher, fill it with cinnamon, and then luckily, no. But I have seen it. And it's easier than you think to
Oh,
fill an extinguisher with
it
cinnamon powder.
it probably is. Would have no doubt. All right, afterwards, I have to unpause the music and share OBS again. There we go. Chicken.
Why is it? Does it look like a roll of chicken?
Uh, no idea.
Followed by fizzy juice and see how long you can keep it in your mouth for. Yeah, sounds normal. And why do you still have butter laying on the table?
I don't know. That sounds like a something that would happen in the UK or Ireland or here.
No, usually getting tied to, like, let's say a flagpole. That's only if you, and if it's a random person, that is because you don't like them. Okay, tie them to the flagpole, and then time for class. Where is this person? The flagpole? Hmm. And I'm not joking. I have done that in boarding school. We did it to one annoying kid
I'm sorry, what? Why?
because he was annoying as hell and the biggest snitch in school. The funny thing is, the headmaster couldn't really do anything because then he would have to suspend 30 students, and that was like about a fourth of the school. So no, no, we got detention. That was about it.
It sounds about right for that time period, to be honest. Yes, let's suspend a quarter of the entire school population. That sounds like a smart idea. Won't affect anything at all. No.
Yeah,
It's a noise. Oh no. Yeah. I've even heard of like teachers who would do detention and they wouldn't even let students do their homework or anything. It's just like, why not? If you're going to have
no,
them sitting
seriously.
there,
If
you
I got
might as well
detention
teach
and
them
I
something.
was told you're just gonna sit, exactly. But seriously, if I got detention, I was told you're gonna sit at your desk and do absolutely nothing for X amount of hours. Then I was like, then just expel me. At least when I was in, yeah, that was college. You could actually get detention there. But then you were given assignment and you had to finish them before you were allowed to leave. So a teacher would actually look through the assignment. If you had done everything correctly, then you were allowed to leave. Those who did good left early. Those who were bad, well, let's just say it was evening time when they left.
Yeah. I have to, if my worst experience in school has got to be fifth grade. Hold on. Because I know none of you here are Americans. You have a different system than we do. There's like
Thank God.
around 10, well, I'm saying in terms of like grade numbers and whatnot. So it's like 10 or 11 years old. And for context, I am autistic and have ADHD. It's great. But so my homeroom teacher had a tendency, it was my homeroom teacher and my math teacher, of when during periods of time when we were allowed to be talking, like during lunch or if we had an indoor recess for whatever reason, and he thought we were being too loud, instead of telling us to quiet down, he would get a yardstick and slam it on the desk. Now, I said, I'm autistic. I don't do loud noises, which is very unfortunate because I'd love to go to some concerts of some artists, but I never will because loud noises and all that. But at one point, it was at the point where I ended up having pretty much a meltdown, crying and whatnot. And so he told me to step outside the classroom. So I did. And a few minutes later, he also came out of the classroom and started yelling at me for crying. Now, mind you, this teacher is yelling at a 10 or 11-year-old autistic kid for crying. Which is a huge no-no. And not only that, but another time during one of the parent-teacher conferences, this is probably one of my favorite things that happened at that school. There's one other thing, but there's my mom and stepmom uh, were there because my dad was at work, and so I can't remember. I think it was him, but my math and homeroom teacher who said it. I don't know what he said or anything, but what I do know is that my stepmom had to hold my mom back.
Oh yeah. Then you know it's good when one of them has to hold back the other one.
He pissed her off so much because he was so rude and just completely just out of touch and just didn't actually care. And in 6th grade, this is at the same school. This is 11, 12-ish age wise. Uh, my social studies history teacher loved to play videos of ancient wars and whatnot. And it was all very bloody and whatnot. And I can't stand that stuff. I get very nauseous very quickly, real or fake. Yeah, it is unfortunate that it, but the so whenever he would play or get ready to play one of those videos, he would single me out to tell me, and he would do so in a very disappointed in you type of tone. And then the science teacher, oh boy, the science teacher. So she had paired us, or she had put us in groups. We sat with our groups at the tables. Yes. And at the beginning of the year, she had all the groups decide who was going to be the one group leader and whatnot. And I was like, oh, I would like to do that. Of course, no, I was not picked because why would I be? And I say that because of the fact that the group I was put in was very much already in their own clique. And throughout the entire
You were
year,
just the third wheel,
yeah, pretty
fourth
much
wheel, fifth wheel, whatever.
throughout the year, we would get assignments that we would do as a group. And I would always be like, "Oh yeah, no, what can I do to help?" It's like, "Oh yeah, you can just sit there and write stuff down." Same thing every time. And so eventually, I told the teacher about the fact that I wasn't actually being able to do it, allowed to do anything. and asked if I could change where I was sitting and thus change groups. And her response was that, oh, you just want to do that to sit with your friends. First off, okay, and
Well,
why
it's
does
not
that
a
matter?
lie, but
I mean, I would like to, yes, but I don't care if I do.
yeah.
I just want to do stuff. And eventually, like I asked multiple times, and every time was always the same. So, right, obviously, I go home and complain, and so eventually my mom gets fed up, and so she goes in with me in the morning to school, and we get there early, and we grab the special ed teacher, or no, we go into the class, the teacher's classroom, the science teacher's classroom, and we talk about it. And the special ed teacher walks in while we're talking, and a few minutes, like 5 minutes in, my mom asks me to leave. And
So, sweetie, can you please leave? The adults need to talk.
yes, that is exactly what happened. And I don't know what was said specifically, but the reaction that I got from, but like response I got from my mom and the special ed teacher was that there were some very, very, very colorful words said on my mom's part, like from my mom. So suffice to say that she ripped that teacher a new one. Did it change anything? No, that teacher is stubborn as hell.
Oh,
So for the rest of the school year, I pretty much, just to be able to do something other than sit around, I pretty much was just set up and clean up for the class. Which,
mm.
eh. And then our PE teacher got fired like a few months into the school year because of some inappropriate comments made to like a few students. And yeah, it's what you're
Oh,
thinking.
lovely.
So that happened, and then the person who came in, the substitute teacher who came to replace him, uh, we had to walk from where the middle school was to the high school, which was about a 5-minute walk. And his rule is that we could not talk, we could not make any noise during that walk. Mind you, he's telling a bunch of like 11 and 12-year-olds this for a 5-minute walk. Uh, Suffice to say, we were doing laps every single PE class because that was the punishment if we did talk during that walk. And someone always did. That school was awful.
And then it just became a competition. How quickly, or how many laps could you get it up to?
Oh no, it wasn't that we had to do like a certain amount. If we talked, the entirety of PE was laps. It didn't matter how, like I do remember one time someone sneezed. So someone else said, bless you. And we did laps. That was the only, that was it. But we did laps for the entire class.
And then you just talked while doing laps.
Yeah. That, that,
There's
that
just
was
some
the
teachers
second
that
and
should
last
never have been teachers.
yeah, that was the second and last year I was at that school. And towards the end of the school year, the school board voted to kick the president of the school out of his position and basically fire him for no
Meh.
good reason. He he was an awesome person.
I wonder why.
Yeah, he was an awesome person. Like he was
Oh,
one of the founders of the school because it was a charter
because
school,
the re-
and he genuinely cared about the students and everything. And what? So
oh, that's the he cared.
the reason on paper that he was fired is that the high school had been doing like inappropriately giving out diplomas, and so the board was like, "Oh yeah, no, that's the president's fault," and like they just completely threw him under the bus. No, he wasn't, and it was bad enough that the state got involved and was investigating the school because of
Oh
it.
dear.
Yes, the school's somehow still around, but the high school is not. They are not allowed to have a high school anymore.
I hope the I hope the principal got a good compensation for that.
Nope. No, he was fired. He didn't leave. He was fired. He got nothing out of it.
Hmm. No, no, but at least then again, America, fuck that. In Europe, if you're fired for unreasonable conditions or whatnot, then you're allowed compensation because there has
Oh,
to be decent reason to be fired. You cannot just like, of course, if the like if they need too many, if there are too many people, all that, that's it. But if they fire you for a reason that is a lie, then you're screwed no matter which workplace you're
yep.
in.
Unfortunately, this is the United States. So, not really a thing.
Uh, Both my brother and I, um, one was the principal of the school itself, or the headmaster, or whatever. The other one was a teacher. Like, how old were my brother? I think we were in first grade or whatnot. When the headmaster wanted to expel my brother because one of the older students had decided for a longer period, like to bully my younger brother. So here's my little brother, a tiny first grade student wearing wooden shoes, and then he had enough. So what he ended up doing was like wooden shoes, kicking the elder students on the chins, like really in such a way that um, he had to go to the hospital. Like it was, he didn't break his leg, but let's just say that they needed to do an X-ray.
Damn.
And then they were like, "Oh, we want to expel him for this violence and all that." Then my mother and father, they were like zero bullshit. Like, you're telling us that happened over a long period of time. The older student was the main problem for this. You knew about it. You didn't do a thing, and then this happens. Yeah, but this, no, 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 no. What is happening here? Nothing will happen out of it. We agree? Yeah. As for my
Yep.
sake, well, a teacher wanted me expelled from the school because I ended up making a student change school. And most fun fact is the fact that all the students, they were like, "Oh, no, no, he was 100% to blame for this." But while the teacher was like, "Oh, you shouldn't have done this. You should have done it in another way." No. Anyone who is bullied, at some point, they reach the limit, and I beat the crap out of him. Even his parents didn't say anything because when they heard the story from everyone, they were like, "Yeah."
Well, that's good at least.
And to make it more fun, that student, he was a class above me, and he was way bigger than me. Anyway, I beat the crap out of him, and it's like, yeah. But at least fortunate for him, when he got a new environment, he changed 180 degrees.
Well, that's
It was
good.
just the environment he was in wasn't good for him.
Yeah. And that tends to be the case for a lot of kids. which is very unfortunate.
Yeah, no, I met him. Yeah, I met him a couple of years later, and there was nothing. It's like he also apologized, but again, many times it's not. Of course, there's some people that, yeah, let's just say that should just be by themselves and never go anywhere near other people. But many times it's the environment that makes them
Yep.
do what they do. Not that it's necessary an excuse, but still.
Oh yeah, I mean, kids are very much influenced by their environment very easily. I
Yeah,
am I
they're
myself
like parrots.
I myself uh, very much fell victim to that in fifth grade because I was dealing with a shit ton of crap from the teacher and whatnot, and I ended up in the wrong side of or the wrong group of people who ended up bullying other people, me included, as in like I was doing bullying as well, and I am not proud of that in the slightest. But no, especially especially when you have kids who are like neurodivergent in different in ways, whatever way, it's a lot of times even easier for them.
Yeah.
On top of the fact that they're a kid and it's easy as it is. Yeah, to respond to what you were saying, time and time again. Yeah, employment laws here, when they do exist and where they do exist, are also just a complete quagmire. And yeah, which is very unfortunate. 'Kay. 2 cups of mozzarella cheese. I just realized I'm out of camera. Shit. How much was it? 2. Yay! You can go and disappear. Feels nice to click that button. Be gone, scam.
Was that a butt?
Yeah.
Be gone from whence she came, whatever that is.
Bots have had normal names for a while, I think. I think they were, well, I mean, as normal of a name as you can have on Twitch nowadays. I mean, when I set this as my username, I was very surprised I could, that it wasn't taken already. I was very happy about it. Now for the interesting thing. I have never used this kind of cheese before. What's in these things? I'm assuming that you just have to like get the wax off somehow. Peach, if you're here, I recommend
What kind of
looking
cheese is
away.
it? Cheddar?
Yes, I might be about to commit a culinary crime. And I've just realized after saying that, that means you're probably going to be doing the opposite.
No, then she needs. Yeah, recording it for evidence.
She doesn't need to record her. I am.
Oh, so that thing was the cheese. I was wondering what that block was.
Yep. Get like a plate or something to catch the sun. I've also never used a cheese grater before. Oh, uh, this is like the sort of thing that I should have been taught as a kid. But no. Then again, that is completely my own fault. There we go. Yeah, one's grated, so they have tiny, medium, and big. Let's see what happens with the big ones. Ah, yeah. No, the big ones are like shredded with like strings of it. That's kind of what I expected from those.
Yeah, usually the tiny ones is only used for. Usually the tiny ones only used for ginger and garlic.
I feel like there's like nothing happening.
Oh yeah, or setting. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. It really helps when you use it correctly. I just got a text. Okay. gonna say, it seems a bit early for it to be my stepmom getting out of work. Now, if you're wondering why that's important, I have to move have to move the cars forward a bit so that she has a place to park.
Oh yeah, where I live, I can't buy it grated, so I have to do it myself. So I usually just freeze it and then I take a piece I need and just grate it. But I
Right.
don't have one of those giant ones. I have a smaller one that only has one side.
So this has been an interesting experience. It's very sticky. I mean, which then again, no, it's real proper cheese.
Cheese. James made cheese.
You know, I always I'm doing this, and like every time, I am always amazed by like how much I'm actually making each time. As in, like I'm not expecting there to be as much from such a like, short or quick thing. Okay, that's the cheddar cheese done. Set that aside for now because I do not know how to properly repackage that. I know this is counterintuitive. I don't even want to acknowledge what that statement.
What statement?
Time and time again said. Time and time again said, might as well say cheese as you're on camera.
Lol. Oh yeah.
I don't know if I have saran wrap. I don't think so. Now we got parchment paper and tinfoil. Now this thought just occurred to me.
I would say it depends on the use. Be careful with that. You
I really do show the fact that I'm
have to
from
be
New
careful
England
with
when
that,
I
Connor.
cook.
Thoughts are not a good thing.
What? What'd you say?
What do you mean?
Well,
Be careful with those things such as thoughts. They're dangerous.
oh, yeah. Uh, Saran wrap or plastic wrap, cling wrap, whatever. But it's the same. It's all the same thing. But Saran wrap
Yeah.
is a brand. It's also a what people in New England call plastic wrap.
Yeah.
Uh,
Same
same
here.
same thing with tinfoil because it's not made out of tin; it's aluminum. But if you're from New England, it's tinfoil.
Well, Connor, in Denmark it's called silver paper, and it's not made of silver.
Yeah, yeah.
So no, usually I don't. I use mostly tin foil because Saran wrap. I have it, but I rarely use it. It's only if I have something like some sponge cake or whatever that I
Yeah.
want to keep in the fridge for a day or two. Then I pack it into that. Else, I usually never use it because it's a pain in the ass.
Slab of pasta.
If you want to keep something fresh in a kitchen, just use Tupperware instead.
This is what I get for leaving pasta out for so long.
What did you do with your pasta?
I cooked it a bit early. So it was a.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay. Yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah,
I think the recipe. What is the recipe? The recipe is for 6
if you
people.
are gonna use it, then you have to wrap the whole thing in it.
Yeah.
Or one very hungry person.
No.
But yeah, saran wrap. Either you pack it 100% in it, or you don't use it. Oh, I
Yeah.
just need to cover the top of the ball. No,
Certain bowls you can do that with.
cover the whole ball. Then
But yeah,
it will
it's
work.
as time and time again said, it
Yeah.
sticks to everything except the thing you want it to. Very accurate. Oh shit! This only wanted me to put in half of the cheese. Oops. Oh well. Uh, since you're new here, time and time again, you aren't aware. I fucking hate this country. Make all the stereotype jokes you want. I don't care.
America, fuck yeah.
The unfortunate thing is most of those stereotypes are pretty accurate for certain places. Like the South being racists. I mean, it's not 100% accurate, but yeah, no, there's a lot of them there. So, make all the stereotype jokes you want about the U.S. Now, other countries of people not in VC, that's a different story. Don't want to tread water or tread that water. But if we have someone from a country and they give the okay, then
And then there's the
oh yeah, then there's the French.
except if they're French.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah. No, then
It's weird. It's just become the difficult default setting to hate the French.
for a while it was the British, but now it is the French.
I think it depends on which part of the world you come
Oh
from.
yeah. As for that, the thing that the thing that I find kind of interesting is like because the stereotype is of like six people or one average American. Yeah, because portion sizes here are very big in restaurants. And here's where I go off on like a little tangent. But the thing that
And the
I
fact,
find interesting is that it's not that portion, or it's not specifically because that portion sizes are big and people eat all of it. It's not always true. Some people do, and not all restaurants have big portion sizes. It's more so that we just have a very intense like take home culture. Like people will go to out to eat at a restaurant and then they'll eat let's say half of the food they're given and then take the rest home to have the next day or something like that. That's very prominent here. And that's
Yeah, that is not.
usually
They do it in some places in Europe.
yeah. Yeah, no, I very much can easily agree that some people or some places very much give out like ginormous portion sizes. Well, since Alex isn't here, I can.
Well, I don't mind if it's ginormous as long as it's very tasty.
Yeah.
I think that would be one of the few main reasons why I would go to the US for vacation and go to the southern states is just to eat my fill with barbecue and then go home.
Now, because I feel like starting a war, which state? You have to pick one. And there is a wrong
Have to
answer,
pick
but
one.
said wrong answer or there is a correct answer, and said correct answer depends on who you ask.
Yeah, true. It because what was it? That's the same boat as it. North and South Dakota. It varies very much on how they do the barbecue there. Just in general, it
Uh, which state has the best barbecue? Which southern state? And as I said, I'm doing this because I would like to start a war between
no
someone.
idea. I've never been to.
Because depending on who you ask, there is, or no, because there is a correct answer to that question. But that correct answer changes based on where the person you're asked or is asking you is from. And then you have North
Oh yeah,
Carolina,
definitely.
where you can ask two people from North
But isn't it
Carolina,
usually?
and
Yeah,
if they're from Eastern
usually
North
most time.
Carolina, they'll say, then that's you have to specify. If you say North Carolina and they're from North Carolina, they will then ask you Eastern or Western North Carolina because there is a difference. Oh yeah, Cajun food is
Yeah,
I've heard is very
usually the
good.
most default answer for barbecue would be Texas.
So, just as like a note, this was supposed to have cheese on
Oh, I
top of
kind of
it.
want.
You were supposed to put half of the cheese in the mix and then the rest sprinkled on top. I just dumped
Christ,
it
that's
all
a
in.
lot of food.
Yeah. Well, it is for 6 people. Oven it
It
goes.
looks weird to me to like mix the pasta and all that, and put it on a tray and put it in the oven.
Put it in for how long? Double check. 30 to 35.
Oh, kind of want to hear something funny and also a little stupid.
Sure. Go for it.
First time I was in a restaurant in an Asian country. What do you think? What do you think I ate there together with the other people I went to the restaurant with?
not Asian food.
American barbecue. Then that now here's first time I was in America and going out eating. What do you think I ate?
Asian food?
Yeah, fucking sushi. I
That
wanted a fucking proper burger, and the rest of us like, no, we want sushi. Fuck off.
it makes me. I am very sad that your company doesn't go in, or that you at least. I think it was you said the portion of. Ow! Shit! Just stabbed myself. The Danish section of your company doesn't stop in Boston.
Yeah, no. Usually it's Norfolk, Philadelphia, Oakland, LA, Long Beach, San Francisco, and Savannah also. That's about it I can think of. There's probably more, but that's about it. I have been to.
There's a there's a restaurant on Long Wharf in Boston called Tia's. They have some of the best burgers and fries, and it's also a bar, so you can get drunk if you so decided. I mean,
Yay.
you wouldn't be able to. You could probably have one, but you know. But God, it'd be be so funny. Like I just drive up to the port in Boston, and you're just standing there on the side of the road, waiting. Although I probably wouldn't have driven there. I would have taken public transit because ain't no way in hell I'm driving in Boston. For context, Boston has some of the worst traffic in the U.S. So, like, magnitude times worse than European cities, most definitely. Oh, fuck it. Eh. While we wait, I'm going to run the ads to put pre-rolls back on. Refresh the damn stream manager. Stretch your legs, drink something, you know, stretch your back, feet, whatever. Stand up, go to the bathroom. Anything you want. Back in a few minutes.
Inhale some oxygen.
That too. That makes me curious, Dragon. Do you guys have like? Is there any term that you use to refer to like the only basically the only cities in the country, like Amsterdam, The Hague,
I
and
shall
Rotterdam?
stretch and not shrimp for you, Connor.
Is it like a collective term for those? Because they're all pretty close to each other, aren't they? I mean, they would have to be considering one of them has. Do you have like a term or something that you is used to refer to Amsterdam, The Hague, and Rotterdam? The guys like together. Like in U.S. we have New York and Newark, and then also a bit of Connecticut, and that's the tri-state area. Because it's New York State, New Jersey, and Connecticut.
Oh, where Doofenshmirtz is from.
Not quite. It's from a different one.
A different tri-state area.
Yes, that one's the tri-state area. Big difference. I do apologize, Foss, that you have to watch me do this.
Do what? Way stuff. Ah, fuck you. Fuck you.
What?
Eh, I got chocolate, so I can
Yay.
survive.
I feel bad, but I ran out and I figured I'm waiting for the oven.
Yeah, have some dark chocolate with almonds.
Yeah, I couldn't have that.
Might as well use the time productive.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. So apparently, my dad got a protein bar, and the brand most of the things that the brand has doesn't have any nuts or nut related things in there, which is important because he's very allergic. Like if he, it's one of those things that could potentially kill him. So they got there's a new type that they
Does he go
made.
out in rash if he touches it?
They made a new type, and he tried it, and he started reacting to it because it apparently has cashew butter in it. And it does say
Oh dear,
in the
where's the EpiPen?
ingredient section that it does, but nowhere else. Yeah. And I could easily see them being Amsterdam and whatnot being tourist traps. But then again, I mean, going off of pictures that I've seen, so obviously not really 100% of a good full picture. But from what I've seen, they're very beautiful cities. So I mean, can't really blame people for wanting to visit them. But I could see like if you lived in that country, you probably wouldn't want to. There's a thing that I always find amusing is that I swear, like every single country, unless you live in the capital of the country, you hate the capital and avoid it at all costs. Oh yeah, I can easily imagine and see that happening. I just realized I never. There is a recipe command. It's not updated though. I always forget to update it. How's how is public transportation outside of the main area of the Netherlands? And I know the answer to that is better than in the U.S. It's not hard to be better than us in that front. There you go. Recipe plan should be updated. And the reason I asked Dragon is because I am debating whether to eventually move to the Netherlands or potentially Denmark for school.
A reasonable country.
I don't know why this just popped. Well, no, I do know why. It, not super related, but we had in Rhode Island we have a ongoing that is forever an ongoing joke about uh, any drive that takes longer than 40 minutes is a day trip. Like if you're going somewhere and it's a 45-minute drive, that's a day trip. The reason for that is because the state is so damn small, you can drive through it on the highway in like an hour. And Rhode Island's like the only state you can take the train through, like from one end to the other, in pretty easily, or in a short period of time, because you can do it with many others. But it stops in Westerly, which is the southwestern side of the state, Kingston, or South Kingston, and Providence, which is Kingston's part is like the southern middle-ish. Providence is the middle of the northern bit. Yeah. Now, but yeah, the unfortunate thing though is like once you get out away from the northeast corridor, which is the northeast, it's Boston, major cities: Boston, Providence, New Haven, New York, Newark, Trenton, Philadelphia, Wilmington, Baltimore, then DC. But once you get outside of that area, public transportation really dies off, which is very unfortunate. But where I lived in North Carolina, they have a train service that runs between Raleigh, which is the state capital, and Charlotte, which is the largest city in the state. And it's about 3 hours, I want to say, each way from end to end. And there's 5 round trips. And Jesus Christ, those trains can be jam packed. But the nice thing is that the tickets are a fixed price. I think like end to end, no matter when you book your ticket, whether it's months in advance or same day, it's always going to be, I think it's like $30 for like a full one-way trip. Unlike most of Amtrak, which is dynamically priced, like airlines do their pricing, which is very frustrating. Dragon, has Penn said anything about whether he's streaming today or whether or not he's streaming today? I could look myself, but I can't be bothered. Boy, did I luck out. I have one leg left. Yeah. I know he streams. I know that he streams later. It's around like 2 p.m. for me instead of 1, which next week is going to be 3 or 2 because yay daylight savings. Oh yeah, if any of you are in North America, don't forget to change your clocks forward an hour on Saturday night. We do that. We do that Sunday morning. Yeah,
Well,
well, you.
I'll do an hour back set back tonight
Yay.
because I'm going to Morocco and they have Ramadan.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. I looked earlier. I didn't see him in VC either, and he usually is before he streams. So, guess we shall see. I was hoping that he was. Yeah. Yeah, I did see that he said that yesterday.
When you talk so much that you have to take breaks.
Yeah, could you imagine? Well, in his case, he also doesn't ever take a break while he's streaming, period. Which I think is insane. Like, he'll go for a solid, like, 6 hours at it sometimes. Like, how? Although, to be fair, well, no, it's been what? Almost 3 hours? Yeah. Fucking dirty. Damn it. Loud noises. Sorry for the loud noises. Yeah. Hopefully it's just, sore throat from talking too much. I'm. The thing just yelled at me. I think it's like, I think that was the minute mark? The minute left thing? How do you want it looking? bubbly and golden. I can't see. I always forget about the fact that I need to actually not just stick my face in the oven as soon as I open it whenever I cook things in there. That is definitely bubbly and golden. In a huge fucking pan. I'm gonna give it a minute to cool off a bit. And while I do that, cookies. At some point in probably like the next hour or so, I am gonna have to take at least an additional break. Move cars. Not right now though. say, thank God dishwashers are a thing. Yeah. God, the Automat is so weird. Another bot pops in, and this time Automat catches it. He's like, hey, do you want to let this message go through? Like, yeah, no. But the last time, no. Didn't catch it. My question is, can I fit this in here as well? Yes. I think I can fit this as well. Yep. What was the thing in there? Hello, crew. Loud noise, real quick. Yay for garbage disposal, making lives easier since whenever the hell they were invented. How are you doing today, Kuro? Those cookies need to go back in. Oh, it's in there. Okay. And now for the moment of truth. No, hold on. There we go. Done. Chicken tetrazzini with the cream of chicken soup, homemade, and cookies in the oven. Now this better taste good because I have not had anything to eat yet today. Other than like 2 granola bars. And I just slingshot some onto my glasses. Great! Now I think a plate might have been the way to go here. Very much think a plate might have, should have. Yes. Excuse me. Very much plate food, not bowl food. Can't actually pick up any chicken with this. No, I did not. Kind of defeats the point. Sidetracked by the cookies. Okay, yeah, those are so not done. Hate that noise. Oh, damn. That sucks. You know, the key thing with cookies and baking in general is you want to take things out a little, like, just a little bit before they're actually done. Because they will continue to bake while still in the pan after taking it out for a good few minutes.
Yeah, and usually you have to let them stay there because they at the top they might be crusty, but at the bottom they're still soft and
Yeah.
gooey. So when they start, you can say cooling, then they be hardens.
Well, verdict. It's good. It's a simple recipe, so it is kind of. I would say that the sauce is a bit lacking in flavor. Definitely is a bit more flavor. Not really sure what kind, but as I said, it's a very simple recipe, so I'm not super surprised. Oh yeah, with gas ovens could be a bit more unpredictable than electric ones. My grandparents have one, and cookies normally go in for the cookies I make go in according to the recipe for 8 minutes. But with my grandparents' oven, which is the gas, I put them in for 7. I will say that this is definitely better than the first time I made it, where the chicken had no flavor. Oh, yeah, that too. Because the first recipe that I used for this, well, the first time I made it, I didn't really do anything with the chicken, and I talked to my mom about it after I made it, because it was her recipe, and she forgot to put down that she puts a little bit of lemon juice in with it when she's cooking the chicken. Or what better way to put it? She cooks the chicken with a bit of lemon juice, and yeah, that made it a lot better. Yeah, that would do it. I have no idea. I believe it's a type of pasta noodle. I just used spaghetti. I don't. I don't think it matters what kind of noodles you use, but I guess in this case it probably does because you're baking it with the noodles. Yeah. This looks somewhat dry, partially because it's been sitting out for probably about half an hour. To cool off, both to cool off and while I made the cookies. am going to end it here. Thank you all for coming and stopping by. Anyway. Go read. I enjoy her streams. Again, thank you all for watching and stopping by. Hope you enjoyed. And I shall be back next week. Yeah, should be back next week. I don't think I have anything going on. So have a good weekend. I shall see you all later. Goodbye.